जी वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह। सो अज का जिहड़ा आपां विशा जिहदे विच आपां विचार करांगे सिख रहत मर्यादा दी। हर एक जिहड़ी संस्था हुंदी आ उस संस्था दा एक नियम हुंदा। जे कोई मुल्क दा विधान हुंदा। सो इन इंग्लिश, if you have an organization, the organization will have a set of rules or set of conduct, and at the same time a nation will have its constitution. So today we are going to be talking about the Sikh Rehat Maryada, the way of life whereby a Sikh is required to go by the conduct in his life as a Sikh. So this is the document. The document is Sikh Rehat Maryada, and it is produced by the Sikh Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, or in short we call it Shromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, which is from Akal Takht. So Sikh Rehat Maryada is established by the Akal Takht in the year approximately 1935 by the convention of Sikhs from the entire world, not only from India but from the entire world. So Sikhs were invited to sit together and to discuss matters that are important to them in their religious aspect, and then they came up with this document in 1935. So this document becomes the way of life of how a Sikh is actually required to conduct himself in religious ceremonies. So Sikh Rehat Maryada starts from what is the Nitnem. It very clearly states what is Nitnem, what is Rehras. So the Rehras is also stated here. Then you have the Sohila, and then you have the Ardas. So a Sikh can refer to the document if you are unsure of your daily prayers, which we call Nitnem. Nitnem means daily prayer. It's your daily habit, or that something that you do on a daily basis. Secondly, the document talks about what is a Gurdwara. How do you actually define a Gurdwara? So what are the elements that are needed in a Gurdwara for it to be addressed as a Gurdwara? Then we go on to what do you define as Kirtan. So in the Sikh Rehat Maryada, you can refer and you can find out what is Kirtan. Then you have Hukam Nama. How do you actually take a Hukam Nama from Sri Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj? So that is also stated in the Maryada. Then we talk about the part. So what is a Sadharan part? We always address this as a Sahaj part. In Rehat Maryada, it is addressed as a Sadharan part. Sadharan part here means that you can do the part of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib without any time limit. It can be done within 48 hours, which is the Akhand part. It can be done within 96 hours, which can be also a Sadharan part. Or you can take as long as you want, even 1 year, to complete a Sadharan part. That means at your own pace and at your own speed. So Sadharan part is clearly stated here. Akhand part is also stated. What is an Akhand part? And how do you actually commence a Sadharan part or a Akhand part? So it is also stated here. Then we talk about the Pog. As we always mention, we Pog te chale hain. So what is actually the Pog? it is also stated in the Sikh Rehat Maryada what is a Bhog. Then we refer to Kada Prasad, which is Pancham Kada Prasadi Deg, which we receive upon the end of a program or upon arriving at a Gurdwara Sahib when we come to pay our homage to Sri Guru Granth Sahib. Then it also talks about Gurbani di Katha. How do you actually define Gurbani? How do you actually do the meanings of Gurbani? So it talks about the Gurbani di Katha, it talks about Vakhiyan, it talks about how to go about conducting a program in a Gurdwara. So Gurdwara di program. Then it talks about Gurmat di Rehni. So how do you have a code of conduct for a Sikh? Then the ceremonies. When a baby is born, when a new member of a family is added to the family, how do you go about doing Janama Sanskar? So it is also stated in the Rehat Maryada. How do you go about doing it? Then you talk about Ananda Sanskar. So when there is an Ananda Karaj, so how do you go about doing a Ananda Karaj ceremony? Then when someone passes away in a Sikh family, how do you go about handling Mirtak Sanskar? That's what we call Mirtak Sanskar. That means the final rites. How do you actually handle from A to Z as far as a Mirtak Sanskar is concerned when someone in a family has passed away? Then it also talks about Seva. How do you define Seva? What is Seva? And how do you carry out the noble act of Seva? It also talks about Panthak-Rehni, which is the Guru Panth, Amrit Sanskar, Tankha Laun di Vidhi. That means if you have done something wrong as far as the religious way or method is concerned, then there is a way of punishment also. So that is where the Tankha Laun di Vidhi, Gurmata Kan di Vidhi, and Sathanaka Faisliyan di Appeal. So you can also appeal to the Shromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee if you have a doubt about what is the right way of moving forward. Then there is Guru Panth, and there is also Amrit Sanskar, which we call Khande Bate di Pohol. So that brings us to probably to the end of this document. Now every Sikh home or every Sikh needs to be in possession of this document. If you consider yourself a Sikh and you don't have this document, then you are always in doubt of how to go about doing anything in life as far as Sikh religion is concerned. So I would recommend, or I would request humbly that every home, every Sikh home has this document in their possession so that they do not have doubts about how to go about in their daily Sikh life. So with that we end this session of SIKH REHAT MARYAADA. We will be going into detail of each and every ceremony. Now we have just run through the entire document. We will be going into detail of each and every ceremony a Sikh goes through so that we further understand the correct approach and the correct method of being a Sikh in accordance with SIKH REHAT MARYAADA. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.